This is the country where millionaires, you know, the wealthy people, come to save their money. But the question is, what is the reason? Besides, also YouTubers have decided to come and live in this country. Let's see, I don't know what is the process to follow in order to cross the border. Wow, oh my goodness. Hello my friends, you are very welcome to a new video. For those who don't know me, my name is Gabriel Herrera. My friends, as you have previously seen in the title of this video, today we are going to know more about this very interesting country, and it is very interesting because this is the country where millionaires, you know, the wealthy people, come to save their money in this place. But the question is, what is the reason? Besides, not only the wealthy people come to save their money here, but the new rich people too, as they are called in some television programs or by the media, the YouTubers. They have also decided, well, many of them, the greatest ones, to come and live here in this country. You can't miss anything of this video because we are starting right now. But before, we need to go back to the place we were right before getting here. So now, let's go to Barcelona. Well, we already have the rental car. If you were wondering how much was it for this car, you will see we paid just about 182 euros for a total of 3 days, and I have to give a payment deposit of 300 euros that you are gonna get back later once we get the car back. Let's look for it and check it out. Well, look, this is the car we got. It's an Opel Corsa. It's such a simple car, the cheapest one you are gonna get. What I usually do is to look in Google for cheap rental cars in such place. And I choose the cheapest option, easy as that. I have no preferences at the moment, although it's usually the same company, through someone else. Fact, you have to check it well because it might have some details you haven't seen and they don't know it and they might want to charge you later. Unless you get an insurance, but have that in mind. Two hours and 37 minutes of a trip are waiting for us, about 209 kilometers in distance, from where we are here, Barcelona, to Andorra, La Bella, the capital of Andorra. So let's get on the way. You know, I have been driving Catalan highways for a long time, and I can tell you, because recently we were driving around a lot through Italy, I think these highways are in better condition. They are better signalized and much cleaner. I'm not saying that the Italian ones are bad, but compared to these, they look so much better. But I wanted to tell you because just look ahead. See those highways? Just take a look. Look how this is all clean. And all of this is thanks to precisely this, the toll payment, because that money is invested in the maintenance of their own roads.
How it's supposed to be.
How it's supposed to be, exactly. Well, here they speak Catalan, and sometimes you don't understand very well the indications. The first payment is 275. Did you hear it? It accepts coins and bills. You got it, right? Take a look, we have not been even 20 minutes from the last toll and I already got another one.
Well, they have beautiful highways.
But now you know why. Again, look, the other was 2.74 euros.
And this one?
8.39 euros.
What? This is quite expensive,
Wow.
guys.
8.39 euros, the second one we pay for people who is from Spain and decides to move here to Andorra and, well, wants to do this trip, let's say frequently, because it has a family member here in Spain and despite living in Andorra and that has to live in Andorra, traveling, well, frequently is going to be expensive due to highway tolls, the fuel. We're going to see if there's another toll left before we get there. We're going to see. $12.64. Whoa, oh my goodness. I mean, we already paid one of almost 3, we paid another one of almost 9, and now we are gonna pay almost 13 euros, 24 euros approximately. Wow. Well guys, here we are leaving the Spanish territory, the European Union and Catalonia. There we can see the 3 flags. And we're going to pass through a customs office where we are going to have the access to the city of Andorra. Let's see, I don't know what is the process to follow in order to cross the border. I don't know if it's just...
Crossing this.
Yeah, crossing this. Look, this is like a shed. The customs office is just like a shed. I think there is no control to enter, but they have it to leave because I am seeing 2 or 3 Spanish officials on the other side to be able to access to Spanish territory again. But I see that, just look, take a look. It was just going through here and there was nobody, there was no guard, no one there. Take a look. Now we are officially inside the country. Yes, sir. We are already in Andorra. And here we have also, let's see, I think it's Tollwood. Oh no, it's a checkup station. Look, on this side we already have the flag and the National Police of Spain. Well, and the first thing we find here, it's an Andorran police station. Hey, we are already in a new country.
Yeah.
That's great.
And there it says, welcome.
Yes, sir.
Benvingut, in Catalan.
Look, and there you have it. Andorra. Being honest, it was very easy. Although this country does not belong to the European Union, they do have some agreements. But, see, with the security issue to enter or to leave, it's like any other country of the European Union or that belongs to the Union as well. And the other thing is that they do not belong to the Schengen area. But actually, look, they are like any other country of the European Union or Schengen area. Take a look. We can see a huge price reduction in fuel. Look at the diesel. It's €1.59. In any other country of the European Union, you see the diesel that it's over €1.90. In Portugal, it is over €2. I mean, here we can see that Andorra, in terms of fuel, it is so much cheaper. And this is thanks to, well, everything that we are going to tell you later about this country. Here we can see some savings. At this moment, we are going to our hotel room and leave the luggage. We are going to check in and see how much we can do this day. We arrive because we are going to spend the night here, and tomorrow we are going to take all day to take the tour of everything we didn't see today. So, well, let's see what we can find. Wow, the city downtown is quite beautiful. Now, here we are just in front of the hotel. We couldn't be closer. Now we're going to check in. Meanwhile, they have a place to park right here, so let's do it. And we'll be back. Let's go there. 208, 207, 205. Not this way.
No?
No? No, we go over there. Welcome to our room.
For one night.
It's very nice. It is quite spacious. I like it. I like it. A big bed. Let's see the view we have. Of beautiful roofs. But in this side we can see some mountains. On that side you can also see some mountains up there. And we're going to show you before my throat hurts more, because look, I don't know what happened, but on our days during the cruise in Barcelona we got really wet. You saw it on the last
Ibiza.
video. So look, I think that it affected my throat a little bit and I'm getting voiceless. I hope I can make it until the end of all these trips we have scheduled before. Look, we have a desk here, which is quite good because I need to work on, well, fixing all of the material we need. And here we have a bed with a television on this side, a chair over there, and we also have, of course, a bathroom. Let's see. Look, quite complete. The sink.
It is modest.
The throne, of course, and the shower with a bathtub. And what do we have here? Let's see. Oh, a closet. We also have bed sheets in case it gets cold. And on this side, nothing else. Hey, now how much did this room cost in this hotel here in the country where the wealthy people save their money, where they come to save their money? Well, it will cost you €50 per night. Very good. It is a regular price in Europe, an approximation of what an average room is going to cost you in these areas. And in addition to that price, I must add 20 euros to the bill for the parking space. Although I could have parked it on the other side and maybe walked a little more, and if we were lucky, it was free. But I wanted to have the comfort of leaving it there, safe, take out my luggage, not hurry like crazy, not walking. So look, we made our lives easier. Well, we are ready. We are going out to the streets. Hey guys, we are officially in the streets of Andorra la Vella. Take a look at this. My hotel is located right there. See, it's the one over there. And this avenue, it is the Meritxell Avenue. Here we are in the main road of commerce of the city here in Andorra. And therefore, you are going to find plenty of stores of all kinds, either to eat something in a restaurant
Gabriel Herrera.
or to buy... Really?
Good to see you, hey.
What are you doing in
Yeah.
Andorra? It's good to see you here, huh?
Nice
Do
to
you
meet
live
you.
in Andorra?
No, I live in Barcelona.
Oh,
I'm
you're here
with my
for a
family.
walk.
Yeah,
Hello,
with
how
my
are
parents.
you? You're with the family.
My parents actually live in Catalonia, and they got here a moment ago to visit Andorra for a while.
Very good. Is it common for Catalans to come to Andorra for a walk?
Yes. They also came a lot to smuggle in the time of dictatorship.
It is true. I was searching out for some things I'm going to tell you.
Actually, I have seen you in many parts of the world, and I never thought about finding
Let's
you
see.
here.
In what video did you got to know me?
I don't know, it was a long time ago.
Long time ago?
A long time, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, like 2 years ago, so I don't remember
That's
which
great.
one. The series that I've liked the most so far, it's Egypt.
It was one of my favorites to film and to visit as well. I mean, it's great.
Egypt was very
It
cool,
was
to be
something
honest.
quite different to everything else. Good luck.
Thank you. Hope everything
You
goes
too,
well.
you too. Look, here is all the family reunion. Here's Loli. You live in Andorra, right? From Andorra.
Yes.
And where are you from? From Andorra?
From Barcelona.
From Barcelona. And you saw us out there on the street greeting him, and she said, I also
Yes, you
follow
were
you.
talking to
And
him.
this man also follows us as well.
Yes,
Wow, that's great.
I'm from Madrid, but I live here in Andorra.
How long have you lived in Andorra?
40 years.
Why did you come to live to Andorra?
For love.
Love, that's good. What about you?
For work.
For work.
The grand majority of the population have come here for work.
Yes.
Temporary. And then we all have stayed.
That's nice.
And we
Yes,
really
you
like
can live
living
very
here.
well here.
I see. And the advantages and disadvantages of living here different from Spain?
For me, they are all advantages.
All advantages.
Yes. I mean, you live peacefully, but when you wanna party or go out,
You go
are
out.
2 hours away, either from Spain or France, Toulouse or Barcelona.
Yes,
And
indeed.
you find what you want.
That's great. And would you move, or
Not
are you
really.
comfortable in
I'm very
Catalonia?
comfortable in Barcelona. I'm very well. I really feel at home.
Yes, he
That's
seems
great.
happy.
Well, we are going to join Loli, who goes to her work, because I'm going there too. A pleasure.
Nice to
What
meet
is your
you.
name?
Jesus.
Jesus. A pleasure. Thanks for coming to say hello. Ciao, ciao.
Goodbye.
See you
Have a
later.
great time. See you later.
Thank you. At this moment, my throat starts hurting a little. Okay, Loli, and tell me one thing. It is very usual for Spanish to come to Andorra lately to find a job, or it was something that happened in the past?
Well, that was easier before.
Yeah.
Because now it's getting very difficult, you know?
Getting a job here.
No, what I mean is that you look around and can get even 2 jobs.
Okay.
The real problem is that
Is
not
it
every
too
person
expensive?
can afford paying the rent.
How much is an average rent here in Andorra?
Well, I'd say for 2 rooms they're charging around 1,400 euros.
Are you talking about 2 rooms?
Yes, it is worse than Monaco.
Wow, that's too expensive. And
yes.
is there any advantage that you can place into the balance talking about the rentals? One thing over another, some benefits?
Well, definitely the safety.
Okay.
Safety here is spectacular. But recently, security has been a little bit disturbed, but I even left my car open for a whole month.
Wow.
And I know people who have recently bought a car in the middle of winter. They have rolled down their windows, went home, and they didn't take it until the next day they left it on
Wow.
the street. You don't do that in Spain.
And talking about the salaries, how are they? An approximation of them?
They are now the same. They're like 1,000 or something. If it's true what they're saying about 1,700, you might need 2 jobs.
Of course.
So it's not
So
worth
to
it.
earn over 1,700, you need 2
In
jobs?
2 places or work many hours in the same company usually doesn't let you do that.
Of
Well,
course.
let's see. You can have one for 8 hours and another for overtime.
Okay.
That's it. But it's complicated.
And do you think all of this was due to COVID, or was it the same before that?
It started a bit earlier. The thing is that now we blame everything due to the pandemic.
Of course.
Sure,
I
and
can't
to the war
believe it.
too. Yeah.
And then exactly to the war. But then you realize it's about the fuel. For example, the price goes down on Monday night and it goes up again on Thursday, and you think they
Right.
didn't buy the barrels this night.
Of course. Loli, it was such a pleasure talking with you and meeting
I
you
love
as well.
meeting you guys too. Thank you.
Now we are in Andorra. We are located specially in its capital Andorra la Vella. Andorra is a European microstate, particularly the 17th country considered among the smallest ones around the whole world. Andorra la Vella is located in the Pyrenees, bounded to the south by Spain, a province of Catalonia, and to the north with France. Officially, its name will be the Principality of Andorra, and it's 1,022 meters above sea level. This makes it the European capital with the highest altitude. Right now, we are located in the center of the capital. Here is where all of the businesses, hotels, banks, restaurants, the majority of people also as well, they live right here. Look at how beautiful all of this is. Look at all of these people dining right here in the restaurants. This is amazing. La noblesse du temps. I don't know if that's exactly the correct pronunciation in Catalan, but the translation would be the nobility of time. It is a sculpture by Salvador Dalí located in the middle of Andorra la Vella, which symbolizes the passage of time. Here we can say that Andorra is established as an independent state of democratic and social law. The political system is a parliamentary democracy whose heads of state are the co-princes of Andorra. The head of government is the president of the government of Andorra. Something interesting I must say about this country is that it's not divided into states, but into parishes. To be exact, in 7 parishes, and throughout the territory there is a population of less than 80,000 people. And we are actually talking about the statistics done in February 2022. Another fun fact are the traffic lights. Can you hear the sound they make? Take a look at the little man.
How would that little man look like? Like this?
Yeah, kind of weird.
No, like this, upwards.
To be honest, throughout the countries we have traveled so far, always and in any one of them, that little man and the sound of the traffic lights
It usually
might change
changes.
totally. Well, this is a little more from the streets of downtown. Look, they have everything. Look at right there. There are pharmacies over there, which I will have to go to and see what the prescription for my throat is, because my throat really aches. This is a very famous gummy store. It's everywhere. Let's see if we can get a good one. Let's get some candies here. They say it tastes like milk jam, but it's not milk jam, okay?
We
Let's
have
take some.
already tried them, and yeah, they really taste a lot like milk jam. I want at least 5.
You only want 5?
Yeah, and you choose yours.
Okay, here are yours. Well, I think 5 and 5.
No.
Don't take mine, eh?
No.
Look, by the way, sometimes I forget to introduce Angie in the videos because I take for granted that you already know us, that it's not just the first time you see us, but actually many people see us for the first time every day, and maybe you are one of them who is watching this YouTube channel for the first time. Well, Angie is the person
Hi,
who has been
guys.
with me for more than 15 years. She is the person who also accompanies me to every adventure we go.
That's right,
such
quite
as
right, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. That Loli said I saw him, but I wasn't sure if it was him because I didn't see Angie nearby. And she looked for me to confirm that it was Gabo.
Yeah. And nothing more. Angie also creates incredible content from the places we visit, and she records some things and I do others. In the description of the video you have her channel and her Instagram account, ANGELIANA K, and mine is Gabriel Herrera _. There we always tell you the exact place where we are at the right moment. And if you are not already subscribed to my YouTube channel and hers, please click below and subscribe. Turn on the notifications. In that way, you won't miss any video of the next big adventures that are coming. And the previous ones that we have already done, which have a lot of content, more than 400, almost 500 videos you need to see. And in those videos, I still have my voice. How is that?
It's good.
Okay, give me one. And it's all of them whenever I
was
get
going
distracted.
to give you some. I really wanted to, but I changed my mind. Although we bought a lot of candies,
When
we
I
better
get
save it for
distracted and
later.
oh, let's see.
She said it was vanilla flavor. But she said, a lot of people say it's similar to milk jam, and I agree.
It tastes like milk jam. 10 pieces was €4.50 because you pay by weight. At this moment, we are getting into Meritchale Avenue, which is the main avenue where all of the stores are concentrated, such as the important brands as well as banks. Well, most of the banks in Andorra are right here. They are located in this place. We have to say, if you need something to buy, this is just the right avenue. Look at these big stores. For example, here we have Zara, here's Stradivarius, and also we have some supermarkets as well. In this case, this is a French supermarket. Because I had already told you one of the countries that also borders this small place is France. Now, I know you surely may wonder, if this country is very close to Spain and it is so close to France, what is the spoken language in Andorra? For your information, Andorra is the only independent state we can say that has Catalan as an official language. Let me tell you, a very small percentage speaks this language here, but we say the great majority speak Spanish, the other ones might also speak French or Portuguese. Well, now we can see more people that might be taking something, a drink, a coffee, or something like that. And another usual thing you are going to see here are shops where they sell you snowboard accessories because, well, tell them what we can find here.
People come here to have fun in cold weather for skiing. For instance, there are many shops around here that sell proper equipment and clothing to do the sport.
That's correct, and as I told you before, it is located in the Pyrenees, and here there are plenty of mountains full of snow to have a lot of fun. Besides, all the country is very well equipped to make that quite easy. Now, let's go. This is a great pedestrian crossing,
2 seconds.
making use
1
of the green
second.
light, and we
Ready.
are crossing. Look at the stores, they are quite nice. You see, in the title of this video, you can see what it says, that this is the place where rich people save their money, where millionaires come to save their money. But it is not exactly here where they spend it. Do you want to know where the wealthy people spend their money? Well, you will have to see the next episode of this series. Here you have the first video, and the second one, you will see it later. That is the country where wealthy people go to spend all their money. And for us, it is going to be a new place. Do you know which one I'm talking about? Go and comment here to see if you know. And I tell you this because even though this is the country where rich people save their money, it doesn't seem like an ostentatious country, you know, like full of luxury. The truth is, it is very nice and flawless, but you don't see that kind of luxury
Money
such as
show
in
off.
other countries where you say I'm going to spend, or you see luxury everywhere. The truth is, I mean, it's
Incredibly
beautiful. Okay, it's gorgeous. It is so nice, but so far, look, it's not a place where, let's say, you can see many millionaires out there on the street.
Yeah, and maybe for a millionaire it's not going to seem so expensive what Loli was telling us, for example, about the rental. I mean,
That's
the
it.
places we are telling you about are meant for people who can afford that lifestyle.
It's true. Now I can see why this one is one of the most important avenues, because it is actually very nice to walk here. Look at all of these walking areas. There aren't cars anywhere, although you can see some of them every now and then, but that is not always. Well, there's a small Andorran park. Look, it has everything a child needs to have fun. Besides, it is surrounded by these beautiful mountains. Look at this. Look what a beauty. And that structure you can see right there in the back, made of glass, that up there, that place is a resort and a spa, and it has thermal waters inside. With this cold weather, of course, you want to be there.
Wouldn't be a bad idea, but it is closed already and we don't have time left. Loli recommended to us, but the truth is, besides being really modern, it's nice to
Yes.
have in these cold places.
Unfortunately, we are not going to stay a long time in Andorra. We are going to spend the night and be practically all day tomorrow. But then we have to continue our adventure. I mean, if we want to get enough time to be able to travel to all the countries around the world. We can say another fun fact about these small countries. They normally do not have an army. And Andorra is not the exception. They do not have an army, but they had created a police force that was established in 1939. When we talk about emergency cases, well, they have created a trilateral agreement with France and Spain so they can help in case they have some extreme emergency situations. But it was not always like that, because when they had emergency cases, they called the Somaten, which was calling the leaders of families so they may help in a disaster's case. Well, at this moment I am uploading you an Instagram story thanks to the free Wi-Fi we have here in downtown. Because as you know, Andorra does not belong to the European Union nor the Schengen area. And even if I had a telephone line from a European country, usually when you travel within the European Union and the Schengen space, you can use the same phone line because it has a signal and it can apply your same data plan. In Andorra, well, that's not the case because it is a totally independent country and has nothing to do with the European Union. But I will explain this later, a little later. You know what? I should take off my glasses because the sun has already gone, even though we are actually getting close to summer. Let's see, now it is 8:40 in the evening here in Andorra la Bella, and still looks like the sky is very clear, but of course the sun is not like so bright anymore. Mexico is everywhere, and Andorra was not going to be the exception. Look what that says, Mezcaleria and Mexican cuisine. I guess that's in Catalan. You see, always present, my Mexican friends. Well, for a moment I feel just like in Tovar Colony because of this building. It's kind of that style. If you have not seen that video, I have it on my channel. It is a place in Venezuela, in the state of Aragua, where I come from. It is a colony of Germans that arrived many years ago in Venezuela. They settled there and it is very, very known in my birthplace. Well, this brought me Christmas memories. They haven't removed the Christmas garlands, but I must confess that I really like the Christmas atmosphere.
I think they keep it because we're still in April. There is still snow, and I think that they want to give us like that Christmas air that everyone wants to have snow at Christmas.
Yes, I can't even imagine how this place is decorated in Christmas Eve.
You know, and holidays, I think people should come here at Christmas because at Christmas people have lots of time free. Exactly. They have time free, a few days off, and who doesn't want to ski?
Look at that, it's very cool. This should be one of the cleanest and purest waters they have here.
It must come from up there.
Yes. You know, it's cool you have the possibility to drink water in the street.
Let's see if this works. It does. We only need a bottle. Let's find one.
Yes, ma'am. The things I can't see because I'm colorblind. Angie told me, hey, watch out, it's red.
If you don't usually look up while walking because you're too busy on the phone, you don't even need to do an effort because you can see the light on the floor.
You look down, that's a great light. When the traffic light changes, when it has 3 seconds left, then it's going to be blinking, and now it got red. Well, we got into this place to eat, to have a quick dinner, and one of the restaurants which was open was this place, which is quite beautiful, you can see
it's like a franchise restaurant because we saw a similar one. It was much prettier. We left it behind, found it was exactly the same, so yeah, it's pretty similar. Someone told us that it looks like this country, Andorra, does not have a typical food, but all of the food comes from its close neighbors. Gab and I are getting a pizza, a large pizza to share. I'm going to have some artichokes and he wants...
I'm going to order some macaroni bolognese with gratin and bechamel. Something I can tell you, it caught my attention from this moment. Indirect taxes at 4.5%, not included in the price. It actually says 4.5% taxes. I think that is quite low, okay, to be in Europe. It is much more expensive in other countries, but I will also talk to you about that later. Because my throat hurts, I'll try to rest as long as I can, and tomorrow we will continue with this video, but first, the food. Well, to be honest, they actually serve quite big portions of food. Look at this plate of macaroni for 13 euros. Can you look at my hand? I mean, we have like 4 of my hands together. And this pizza looks very good too.
Well, it's one of the things I can share with you because it has ham.
Sounds good. Thank you. And fried artichokes for Angie. Enjoy it. It looks like chicken. Well, look, we asked for dessert. Well, I asked for me a tatin tart. That's how it's called. Tatin tart. It's an apple cake and it looks quite good. And as you can see, even though this is an independent country of the European Union and the Schengen area, they use euros as a currency. Well, the bill is 54 euros for all the food you saw here. That's the price.
It was too much? Actually, we could say that the pizza was big enough to share, as well as Gabriel's dish, plus dessert. Well, we also drank water. Maybe if we had ordered more, it would be probably too expensive.
Yes,
Yeah.
there is food left for one more meal.
Breakfast, exactly, to have for breakfast when you're not very hungry.
Well, that's it. We're going to rest, guys, because tomorrow many sights are waiting to show you. So, see you tomorrow. Okay, my friends, my throat still hurts, and nevertheless, we will continue with this video so you can keep enjoying of this fantastic place. Very good morning, my friends. Well, I woke up with more throat ache today, but I'm very excited to travel and keep knowing more and more about this beautiful place, Andorra, and its capital, Andorra la Bella. Well, due to its closeness to Spain, of course the post offices are right here. Look how curious. This is a post office from another country. In this case, it is from Spain and it is located within another country. What I like the most about these places are these small streets. Besides, they maintain the architecture of the original place, like all these stone buildings. They also try to maintain the style, right? Wow, this is beautiful, look at that. People go very quiet, no hurries. Today is Monday. Now we are going to know La Plaza del Poble, or the People's Square. Let's go here. Look at these beautiful tulips. Can you see how harmonious that building is? With its surroundings. Look at it. There you could see very well the structure, just like that seemingly stark or just a painted cement wall. But no, they put it as if they are facing each other. The mountain over here. Look at that, it precisely joins the image. That is such an important detail. And precisely, you can see all of these amazing mountains from La Plaza del Poble, which is precisely where we are right now, and here you will find a 360-degree view too of that beautiful background. It also has a beautiful square to come and spend the afternoon here. Just in the center of the square we can find this sculpture that makes a tribute to immigrants. This is for those who have moved to Andorra and for those who have left too. Did you know something I have learned all the time visiting different countries is the fact that there will always be immigrants. No matter what country you are and come from, there will always be people who are not happy or who might want to see other horizons and try a fresh, different life, whether to improve or to learn and try new things. You will always find some immigrants. And I think that all countries, no matter which ones, should always welcome and receive these immigrants happily. Because most of them, although there might be exceptions, decide to come with their best intentions. Now, the addition of the woman's pad, a funny person did it because someone put that on it, and I think it should be taken off because it's disrespectful for what this sculpture represents, right? I just hope they have not stick that how I'm imagining. I'm gonna take it from one side. I think it's new. Like this, I think it looks way better. Look, it says Rosa Ferrer Walkaway. It was inaugurated on June 11, 2021. Hey, I'm already learning Catalan. Wow, now I see why they did it. It has a beautiful view from this part of the city. Hello.
Hi, this is a new place. It's very pretty and new because it was opened last year to the public.
Yes, look what we have here. A floor made of glass. You can see down. For the people who suffer from vertigo, well, it may not be the best idea, but it looks great though. And it is very good they had done this because from this side, we have a quite clear view from above of the 7 poets. The sculpture of the 7 poets represents poets from all over the world and was created by Jaume Plensa, who wanted to dedicate this sculpture to the poets because he thought that they were destined to fail, despite they are a key piece in society. Just take a look, it looks fantastic.
This is empty today.
I wanted water. I wanted to hydrate my throat. Well, what we are going to see is one of the most important places in Andorra because of its history. The Constitution of Andorra was written behind these doors and it is catalogued as a cultural asset of Andorra. Besides being a very charming house, see the style it has, the stones, look at that little tower over there. Something I have to tell you is that for a long time Andorra was poor and isolated. People say it could achieve a remarkable prosperity after the Second World War. It was through tourism and especially because of its condition as a tax haven city, condition that unfortunately lost to Spain in February of the year 2010. As I have already mentioned before, even though Andorra does not belong to the European Union nor to the Schengen area, since the year 1999 they have maintained economic activity agreements. This is for manufactured goods and this makes it to be considered part of it. This also makes a tax exemption for the country as well. For the people control, as they do not belong to the Schengen space, they should have control in their own entries as a matter of fact. But we all know that in order to access to Andorra, you need to come from a country belonging to the Schengen area. That means in theory you should already have the requirements to be able to enter to the country. It is true that sometimes they can ask you for a multiple entry visa, but in our case, as you saw it before, they didn't even ask for anything. Neither where we come from, what we are going to do, we simply entered to the country and that's it. There is no greater control due to this reason. Let's see how much will a house or apartment here in Andorra cost. 150,000 for a 270 meters house, 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Look, this is 1,450 euros for the rent of an apartment of 120 square meters, 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. And this one is 650 for an apartment of 170 meters, 3 rooms. This costs 3,500 euros, but of course it is 300 meters and 6 rooms. The cheapest properties I have seen published have these prices: 150,000 euros, 700,000, 550,000, 425,000. It seems like the Andorran enjoy drinking beer a lot, because take a look, here are all kinds of beer from all over the world. You see here, for example, we have a Corona. And as you see right now, we are going out from the bank. Because, of course, I wanted to show you carefully the coins from this country. For all of the previously said, and being an independent country outside the Union and the Schengen area, you could have imagined that maybe they have their own currency. But surprisingly, that is not the case.
And this is because Andorra uses the euro as a facto currency.
That's it. Look. Precisely, we have a coin of 2 euros here at this moment, and on the other side it says Andorra.
With its emblem.
We notice they only produce all the coins especially for this country, and the bills in circulation are the regular euros we all know about.
The regular ones.
But the truth is that coins, like the case of San Marino and the other microstates that do not belong to the Union, they tend to also have their own special coins.
I mean, they're allowed. And we wanted to look for them, although we don't do it in other countries, but we make an exception because these are rare. And since the population is so small and the territory is so tiny, that it's really difficult to get these coins outside Andorra. We had never seen it before, so we went into the bank and told the lady, we want one of each coin. Honestly, there are not many of them. There is 2, 1 euro, 0.50, and the smallest ones, 2 and 5. She stood there, looked for a while, and got for us the coins to keep and collect.
Yes, indeed. We have here 2 euros, 1, 50, 20, 10, 5, 2, and 1 cent. Notice that in the coin of 1 euro, what appears is the Casa de Laval, which we were seeing a moment ago. Now that we are here at this exact moment in the bank, I have to talk to you about something that many of you are surely interested in, and that's about the economy. Where does the money come from to Andorra? Its main source is tourism. Every single year, many tourists come in winter and in summer. Another source of income is trade and importing, tobacco, furniture, and cognac. Hey guys, another important aspect I have to mention you about the country is its tax-free banking system. This makes foreigners decide to invest all of their money right here. That is the reason why many millionaires decide to come, well, to save their money, but they don't exactly spend it right here. And of course, this also includes YouTubers, and this is precisely the reason why everyone's talking about Andorra lately. Because many important YouTubers, especially from Spain, have decided to come and live in this small country. Because these are exactly all of the benefits, not to mention the fact that they are very close to Spain. Some that I can mention are the Rubius and Auronplay, but the question that comes is, why do these important YouTubers have decided to come and live here? Among the fiscal differences I can mention between Spain and Andorra is the fact that here in Andorra, the income tax does not exceed 10%. A very different thing happens in Spain, and it is that depending on the income you have there, the income tax can reach up to 47%, which is precisely the percentage of 47%, the maximum to pay in amounts that exceed 300,000 euros. We must also highlight that it is not that they are going to pay 140,000 euros of the 300,000 euros. No, that's not the way it works. Actually, they are going to pay the excess after those 300,000 euros. And certainly the income of those YouTubers, for being so important, known, and because they work with so many brands at this level, their income can be much higher than this amount, and this is precisely the main reason why they come to live here, and it's because if they have to pay 47% in Spain, here they would give 10% as a maximum. And the truth is, taking into account the word of one of these important YouTubers, which he said, they really had paid so much more when we talk about pension matters, the bills they could have generated to the state, in terms of health. Although it is true that they collaborate with different generations, they feel that in some way it is not fair all the amount of money they are paying, because of course they feel they are paying taxes for many different lives. I came to the pharmacy to buy something to help me clear my voice, and they told me that these pills are excellent for that.
Exactly, and supposedly they are special for the aphonia, said
Yes,
that lady.
the lady told me they are potassium chloride. Let's see if they work for me. It was approximately almost 8 euros, and we are just going to talk about the health issue right now here in Andorra. I hope that thanks to this pill we can see a big difference.
In this video.
I'll follow the pharmacist orders, let's see if they work. Here you can find some tobacco in some stores like this, which are exclusive. For example, 27 cigars cost 37 euros. Another example, these over here are in 24.50 and these ones in 10.25. Hey friends, can you imagine the difference in prices of tobacco here in Andorra compared to Spain? Because we know the tax here is 4.5, which in comparison to Spain is 21%. And I'd like you to know that this is precisely a very important fiscal difference. And honestly, there are really interesting stores right here with things that you can see which are very cool. Now we have a beautiful sunny day, the temperature is over 10 degrees Celsius and it feels very, very well. But I know that in winter the temperature might change a lot. Sure, it can get below 20 degrees Celsius. We came back to Marichel Avenue because everything was closed yesterday. On the other hand, today all the stores are open, waiting for the customers to save that taxes percentage. And among other fiscal advantages, we can talk about another topic involving the income from movable capital. Because here in Andorra, up to 3,000 euros are absolutely exempt, and from 3,001 euros, you only pay a maximum of 10%. Among other fiscal advantages are taxes exemptions, which are up to 100% in the first 24,000 euros annually. And starting from the following 16,000 euros, you can only pay 5%, and from 40,000 ahead, 10%. When we talk about the income tax or personal income tax, in comparison with Spain, where the amounts of more than 60,000 euros cost up to 47%, my friends. For example, the expenses of municipal rates and government reach up to 800 euros annually, and the social contributions to companies can be found around 15.5%. For example, if you're an entrepreneur or you want to start your company, you should know you need 3,000 euros just to start. Pay a deposit of 15,000 euros, and an important fact is that the maximum time it will take you to create it is 2 months. If so far, with all of the information I gave you, you're interested in living in Andorra, I want you to know that there are 2 ways to be able to do it. One is with the passive residency, and the other is with an active residency. Regardless of the reason that makes you come here to this country, either if it's for the tax benefits or all of the community within the city, the location, or any other reason, well, if you want to come to work or to set your own company, you will need to process the active residency. This is the easiest and most economic way if you want to come to work here in Andorra. Just please, no cheating, because they say you will need to live and reside in this country for at least 6 months. Now, on the other hand, if what you want is to live in Andorra, you might want to apply for the passive residency, that basically works for living here. Whether because you are an investor, an athlete, a scientist, or if you are a professional with international projection, which is the case of the YouTubers, and I know someone would say, but what's the international projection YouTubers might have? And it's because honestly, the society nowadays, or many people can still see this job, I mean the work I do, as a real and professional matter. Unfortunately, it is like that. But little by little, people have been seeing it the way it is, a real job. And talking about Rubius, one of the biggest channels in Spain, and with lots of views every single year, in addition, in 2016, Time magazine included him in the list of all the leaders of the next generation. All of this makes him have such a very big amount of income. But how much would a YouTuber save by living here in Andorra, with all of those characteristics of the Rubius? If we take, for example, a YouTuber that makes approximately 4 million euros every year, and it can easily be the example of Rubius, the highest rate he would pay is 10%, and here he'd pay in Andorra about 400,000 euros every year. Now, if he lived in Catalonia, just 2.5 hours away by car, he would have to give to the state about 1.9 million euros every year. Did you listen well? We say he's going to save 1.5 million euros every year, and that's just for the reason he's living here in Andorra. I mean, that's an insane amount of money. With 1.5 million of euros, in that case, he would pay the pension to his mom, his dad, his brothers, his uncle, to the entire family for the rest of their lives once they get retired. Take a look. This amount is considered annually. Also remember that in Andorra, wealth taxes don't exist, in comparison to Spain, where they apply. But then why doesn't Spain lower its taxes instead of trying to maintain these great fortunes? Why can Andorra have these taxes so low while Spain can't? Now we are gonna talk about it. Talking about that matter, before having taxes, Andorra lived from that condition of tax haven, which is something that normally attracts a lot of wealth to a country. Some experts say that reaching the tax levels that Andorra has could not be possible in Spain due to the country's public spending that it actually has. For example, the structures that you can see here in Andorra are actually not the same ones that Spain has. Although Andorra has beautiful buildings, they can still be compared with those in the neighbor country. For example, talking about the investment, Andorra can't be compared to Spain because it obviously has such a smaller public sector, and both countries can be compared in size. And of course, by having less expenses, thereby you will also have less income. And we are not talking about infrastructures such as airports, highways, or for example this street, which is one of the most important ones of the country, which can't be compared to the Gran Via of the city of Madrid. With all of this, I don't want to make any comparison saying one is better than the other, but we can understand the matter of taxes with that. But perhaps many of you are still wondering, can we still say Andorra is considered a tax haven? Well, 10 years ago it was excluded from this short list of tax havens, for example of Spain, because these two countries made an agreement which occurred in the year 2011, and it was the Information Transfer Agreement and also double imposition. With all of these, the Spanish administration can request tax information from Andorra. Now, what does a place need to be considered a tax haven? What does Andorra need to be considered a tax haven?
Well, essentially, there shouldn't be transfer of information and the exemption of taxes, but currently, Andorra is already giving information and some taxes are implemented.
Of course. In addition, it was not only excluded from the exclusive list of tax havens in Spain, but you know that in 2018, it was also excluded from the other list of the European Union. Okay, now, not everything is about money, although guys, it is an important part of society nowadays. Andorra not only can offer tax advantages, but this place is also an excellent country to live in, because it may offer many things that I'm going to tell you later. But for that, we also need to get out of the city center, because this country is not only these four streets you see. Health system. Andorra has the caste sanitary system, which is the top one in the global sanitary ranking. It works this way. The state covers 75% of the cost of a medical visit, and if there is a hospitalization or surgery, the state handles 95% of that cost. If the patient can't pay for these services, the state handles 100% of those expenses. Here you will find everything. Really, you can find a bit of everything right here. Even some stores of exclusive brands. Specialized stores, for example, like this one. Look at these motorcycle helmets. Look at how cool they are. And talking about security, how do you feel here since we arrived?
Very safe really. Like any other place in Europe, you feel safe, but here you don't feel that nervousness respect to pickpockets. Which, for example, in Barcelona, even people are aware of their purse. I ask myself, may someone try to open this wallet? Or how much can they take away from this wallet? Because passports are the most valuable thing for us. A man interrupted us there to tell us you can't have a purse exposed like this. Even though we had no one close, that kind of pickpocket found in Barcelona is not like mugging. They steal from you without you realizing it. They are the ones who can take your wallet and run away, and we haven't felt that here.
And something we've been cautious about, for example, since we were in Italy and going through Spain, it's keeping all of our things in the front pockets. And this obviously happens in a greater measure, and it is very complicated in Latin America. And for example, in our country, Venezuela, it goes beyond. But in Europe, in general, a pickpocket is very usual, and you don't even realize.
There's no violence, which is plenty in America, but here it is a simple theft. You don't even see that they take your things at all.
But unlike many European countries, here in Andorra, we can say insecurity almost doesn't exist.
Well, Loli was exactly telling us you can leave your car open and no one is going to take anything.
Nothing, absolutely nothing happens. And this makes the quality of life even better. Well, because Andorra takes the 5th place among the safest countries all over the world.
From all the world, that's right. And if we compare it with its neighbor countries, France or Spain, between the levels of safety, we could say France is in the 60th place, Spain is in the 32nd, and Andorra is in the 5th.
That's very safe, right? For example, right here while we film this, we have the phone over there and Angie's camera as well, and we leave it behind our backs, and in Spain we wouldn't do that. And in Venezuela, of course not. Something we still haven't bought is the typical souvenir, our fridge magnets, so let's see what we can get over that souvenir shop. We already have our magnet, just take a look at it. How beautiful! It's for the fridge and it costs 550 euros.
These are two skates of the skier. Here is an announcement that says the name of the country, and here are some glasses which are used to do those snow sports, and it is reflected here a landscape that has some little houses and a person, I don't know, maybe on top of a sleigh.
Yes,
we could
like
say.
a sleigh,
exactly.
a horse.
There's like an animal and there's a lot of snow everywhere.
Something that I always find interesting to show you are the license plates of the vehicles of the new countries we visit. This is how they look in Andorra. It is quite small and it is similar to the ones in Venezuela, which is so squared. That's the big difference between the European ones, which are all the same in the European Union, at least in their size, because they are long. And here is the flag of the European Union. You can identify this one is from France. Here we have a Spanish one, the Andorran, and the French one too, both of the countries that border with Andorra. Look what a fun place we have here. It's huge. And look how safe this place can be. That right here, there are not many adults taking care of their children. I think they simply assume that they are going to be very well. Obviously, there are some other adults around, but here I cannot see enough people to control the safety of each one of them. Look, here they tell you that you can't run, but you can jog though. Everything is well planned. See how they warn you to stop, look, stop, and then cross to avoid accidents, of course. And precisely now we are here at the school, or one of them, from here in Andorra. And if you want to know how the educational system precisely works, I have to say that it is one of the best educational systems you'll find. This educational system, it's awesome. It offers 3 different ways: the Spanish, the Andorran, and the French. In the same way, inside the classes, the 3 languages coexist: the Catalan, the French, and the Spanish. And they are mandatory and free. This is from 6 through 16 years old. Having these public spaces, I think it's quite great. It's an incredible thing and I love it. Look at this, how peaceful you can breathe in these places. It is really incredible. Now we are gonna talk about the transportation and communication here in Andorra. You have to know that Andorra is communicated by land to both France and Spain, and the only way to access here is through these 2 countries. Now, thanks to the situation with these territories, it allows it to have 2 international airports working at its disposal. Prat Airport, located in Barcelona, and the Toulouse Airport in France. Also, these type of places make the quality of life in Andorra very, very high. In addition to the fact of being surrounded by all of these mountains, it makes the quality of air wonderful and pristine. Hey, look at the collection points for recyclable waste. Look at this, that's paper, but note, now take a look, they are closed like this, and you can access just to this room if you have an electronic card to be able to open it. And it also indicates the schedule when they will pass and collect this type of waste. This is so great because usually these types of places are ugly and this one is very well done. And on our way to the next point, we are going to fill the tank of fuel. It's only 59, very cheap, and we're gonna avoid the risk of having half a tank. And we'll get to that place, which I want you to see and has a great landscape. Take a look at how beautiful that is. It's the viewpoint called Roc del Quer. Wow, I am speechless, really, and my throat still hurts. We also have snowy mountains, and also there in the back. This is such a beautiful place. Honestly, I have to tell you, if coming to live in Andorra represents, well, saving money and also living with all these beautiful views, well, I think that's why people don't really doubt about it. We just parked our car, Angie's filming some things for you, and see that right there in the shadow, we still have a little bit of snow. This should already be a little hard. Well, it isn't that much, but look that it hasn't melted because the sun still hasn't gotten there. Now, I have understood that there is a much more incredible viewpoint. It's contemporary, and we are already just very close from getting right there. Let's see if we can find it open to be able to access so I can show it to you. Now, we are going to walk this section, and you are going to see if it's worth it or not. These mountains in winter are obviously all covered with snow. But right now, because of the spring season, the snow is already melting. The weather is changing and we only see snow on those higher mountains on that side. We have arrived at the Roc del Quer viewpoint. All these mountains are exactly those you have here in front. For example, this one over there, it's in this section right here. So you can locate yourself from what you are seeing. You just come over there and can see all of them. It's still under construction and they are doing all of the roads so people can walk through here, and this is the way it should look when finished. And after walking for about 5 minutes, we have finally arrived. Let's see what awaits for us. Look, that's quite funny how people throw coins over there. The one it's not very lucky gets down there. Well, my friends, and what can I tell you? My throat is getting a little better,
Comes and
but it
goes.
still aches. The pain comes and goes. I think we could analyze very well the reason why millionaires, rich people, come here to save their money. All the fiscal advantages that represent, in addition to these incredible landscapes, because the fact of talking all the advantages from all the tax benefits that Andorra has is that you can come here to live for at least 6 months, and well, the surroundings and how you live in the country have to be taken into account when you decide to do that. Now, for all of the amount of money you can save, I think you don't have to think about it so much.
No, it really has so many positive things,
Yeah.
in my opinion. And the truth is that apart from those benefits, you are living in a beautiful place, safe, and with all these landscapes where you can do activities, which really is a plus.
That's right. Now, please comment below if you would like to come to live in Andorra. Now that you know everything we've shown here, talking about quality of life, the landscapes, the way in which people can save their money, talking about all of the tax advantages which that represents, and please write it down in the comments below. Now, I don't know if you remember what I told you about this series being to be about 2 videos. This one, which is the first one about the country where the rich multimillionaires save their money, but also the second episode, which is precisely where we are going to go from this place. It is the country where the rich, where millionaires can spend it. Which country do you think it will be? That's what we're going to find out in the next video. But I can't leave without inviting you to subscribe to my YouTube channel, turn on the bell notification so you can always know when I upload a new video.
You can also follow us on our social media, especially on Instagram. Gabo's account is Gabriel Herrera
And
_
this is Angeliana K. From here, from Andorra, the country where you save a lot of money and also YouTubers come to live. I say goodbye. See you in the next video. Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Love you guys.